at least at the time of recording of this video. It's Sunday. I am happy to be here. This is one of my favorite parts of the week where we gather together, take a deep breath, talk about something that has to do with your health, your wealth, your well-being, living your best life, loving yourself, and really just anchoring again on a weekly basis, using this connection point that we have here to check in with your health, check in with your well-being. And so when I talk about health here, as always, I'm not just talking about your physical health, although chef's kiss, it is one of the best things in life. I'm also always talking about your emotional health, mental health, spiritual health, sexual health, relationship health, healthy daily management of daily life, healthy management of stress, all of those different kinds of things, financial health. There's so many different kinds of health that we talk about here every week. So I want you to keep that in mind. And as always, I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to talk for a little bit. We're going to interact. We're going to do some things. And then when this huddle is finished, I really want to encourage you to take a few minutes, take an hour, take 5 minutes, set an alarm, whatever you have to do, and really just connect with the idea of your health. Connect with, where am I? How am I? Where do I want to go next? What do I want to do next? What do I need to take care of? Wherever you are on your stage of really embracing your healthy lifestyle journey, take some time right after this huddle to do that. I know a lot of my babes who come in also do healthy things or self-care things during the huddle, which I love a lot. So when you get in here, please do hit that like button. I love when y'all hit those hearts. That keeps me going and lets the algorithm know that we're doing good things here. But let me tell you something about the algorithm. Let me tell you something about our stats. Babe, why are we at 119 subscribers already? That's with us posting one time a week live for this huddle. So I'm super thankful for that, and I'm super excited that I have people that I don't even know who are like, hey, I want to hear more. I want to have a healthy habit every week. I want to come to a huddle. I want to watch these videos later whenever it's conducive to my schedule, whatever, however you get in. I'm happy that you're here and you know that you fit in. You have a healthy club. Hi, Nick. How are you, sweetie? Good to see you. Okay, so I wanted to talk today. Oh, Nick, that's so sweet. Big kiss to you. Mwah. I hope you have a great day too. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Okay. What I wanted to talk about today. Hi, Kim. Mwah, 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 mwah. Yes, is right. Yes, baby. Yes. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today is, okay, I'm going to first of all tell you, is overreacting. And here's where it comes from. Somebody asked in the chat last week, they said, like, how can I avoid becoming defensive when someone offers me, criticism or has a judgment or something like that? How can I stop from being defensive? And it got me thinking. We talked about it last week, and I was, basically saying, first of all, try to bring down the emotional charge, and then you'll have more resources to be able to react with more poise, right? And it got me thinking over the course of the week of, oh, thank you for the hearts, big hearts back to you. See this, whenever I do this, this is just like a big Care Bear thing, just like exploding of the care and love going your direction. Oh, Tasia! Hi, baby. I'm so happy to see you here, my love. Great to have you here, y'all. We are in the presence of greatness today. And Yana, speaking of greatness, yes, happy to see you. So great seeing you. I got to see Yana yesterday too, which was amazing. Hi, Mork. How are you, sweetie? Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the hearts, y'all. I'm sending them right back. We're talking about overreacting today. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about when you know you're overreacting, where it comes from, why it's super dangerous, and how you have a huge opportunity to elevate your health, your happiness, and your well-being through overreacting. So how does that work? I will talk to you about that in a second. Let me make sure I hit all the things I asked you to like. Okay, I think I did. So here's what's going on with overreacting. So overreacting, hi, Eternal, how are you, sweetie? Oh my gosh. Greatness is right, Chroma. How are you, my love? My favorite person on the planet. Happy to see you. Okay, so overreaction. So we're all familiar with the idea of being triggered, right? So, oh, something happened and I was just triggered. So how do we know we're triggered? So being triggered is often a sign that you're about to overreact or put another way, that what I call trauma capsules, right? Almost like little landmines inside of our psyche or inside of our energy field or something. They're these little kind of traumatic or really painful or scary or emotional things that we've been through at some point that never got completely processed out. So everything in our life and in our health and in our bodies has a life cycle, like a way for us to come back to wholeness, which is the root idea behind health, right? So if we have an owie, we break a bone, something happens, there's a healing process that naturally takes place, and that bone will be even stronger than it was before, it had the fracture, et cetera, et cetera. So life and nature sets us up to win, and it's no different with being triggered or finding yourself in an overreaction kind of a situation. It's like something tripped over some wire or some little thing, some little emotional landmine, a little fear landmine, a little threat of some kind, and it triggered it, and all of a sudden you're back in that moment and you're totally aware. It's just because, excuse me, let's have a little sip of something bubbly. This is pineapple essence sparkling water. Hi, Spring. Spring says, I suffer from anxiety. That is a tough one, my love. So many of us go through that. Stay with us today. Hopefully you can take a little time, take some deep breaths, and learn something that might help you with that. But I appreciate you being here, my sweet. Shelly sending all the good emojis, including coconut, one of my favorite things. Hi, Stark. How are you? Hi, Golden. Greetings to you too. Mwah, big kiss. I have anxiety every day. All right, so you know what we'll do? I'll talk about anxiety specifically next week. Let me make a note of that. I won't forget. But let's talk about, I'll share with you the best I can find about ways that you might be able to start to bring that down and really enjoy your life a lot more. Oh, thank you so much, Dan, I think. How are you, Grace? Good to see you. I hope you're fine. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate y'all. Big kisses to everybody. So when we feel triggered, we've tripped one of these emotional, energetic, threat landmines, and we find ourselves going into an automatic response. All of a sudden our physiology is reacting. We feel maybe a clenching, a tightness in our chest or in our solar plexus, or we're starting to sweat, or we feel our heart rate go up, or we're feeling like we're ready to fight, that adrenaline rush, that kind of thing. All of those things, we find ourselves yelling, or we find ourselves in a defensive posture, almost like we're ready to fight. We're defending ourselves, we're ready to attack. All of those automatic responses are clues that, oh yeah, we're about to overreact, or we're already overreacting for the situation. Now let's talk about why it's an overreaction and not just a reaction. The way we say overreacting or just a appropriate reaction for the situation has to do with what is the actual threat in the current moment, right? So if somebody says, I don't know, what would be a thing? Hey, I'm going to be a little late today, and I'm ready to go through the roof. They tell me, hey, we're supposed to meet for lunch. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be a little late. Or they text me, hey, I'm going to be a little late. And I feel myself, I'm going through the roof. How disrespectful. They don't respect me. They don't respect my time. Nobody cares about me. I'm sick of this. I'm going absolutely crazy over someone saying that they're going to be late. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of emotion for something that is not an actual threat to my life in that moment. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'll give you a different example. Hi, Stuffs. Let's see here. Okay, test anxiety, can't sleep. Oh my gosh, we're going to have such a good session next week. We're going to talk about anxiety, my loves. I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'm sorry to hear that, but you are going to make it, and you are built to make it. You have everything inside of you that you need to have the best possible life for yourself. So it will work out. That is my faith in you and in life. So an appropriate high level emotional reaction for a situation. I'll tell you a story. So one time I was on a family vacation in the summer, and I was with my aunt and uncle, and we were on this road on this mountainside, and it was really beautiful, and there was ocean over here, and there's mountains, and there's, signs, beware falling rocks, and all this, like, it's this big adventure we're having in the open air, and it's wonderful. But we're driving along going around this mountain on this kind of, not too wide of a road, but not anything too scary. And this 18-wheeler must not have seen us, because they just came, and they're just coming so fast behind us going around this hill. And I don't know if we were going up or down, if it was flat, but we were on a mountainside. And we literally, there was no room on the road. We could either go off into the ocean, go up onto the side of the mountain, or get run down by this 18-wheeler that was beside us. And so my uncle was driving. It was me, my aunt, my uncle. My uncle was driving, and he just got over to the side of the road as far as he could, in the little ditch between the road and the mountainside and all of this. And the 18-wheeler went past us. And ooh, when I tell you, my aunt went cray. I mean, yelling and screaming. She opened the sunroof and she's like flipping him off and mad, and she wanted to strangle that guy because he almost killed us all. That I don't think is an overreaction, right? Our lives were actually in danger and she reacted on 25. That I think is an appropriate high level, high emotion reaction to an actual physical current moment threat to our life. So that's how you can kind of gauge. There's actually a phrase that says, if you're not in an actual threat to your life right now in this moment, and something has triggered one of those emotional landmine kind of feelings in you, and you know that you're overreacting. Someone's late for lunch and you're ready to take their head off, like, okay, come on, it's an overreaction. Here's a phrase that you can remember. If it's hysterical, so short of like, a threat to your life, you're just in a day-to-day situation, but you feel yourself amping up and you're having a hysterical type of reaction. If it's hysterical, it is historical. That's something to remember. I think it was made famous at least by a woman who wrote a book called Women Who Love Too Much. That was about relationship addiction back in the 80s or something. So you can keep that in mind. So this is for my road ragers out there. Anybody who's just driving along and someone wants to get over, or they get over more aggressively, not like they're gonna make you have a wreck, but they're not respecting your space on the road, and you're ready to fight and you're ready to do this, and you're yelling at people and you're talking mess and you're driving too slow and you're driving too fast and you're doing it. You road ragers, my loves, I have some in my family. I love you guys. You're my faves. But I got to tell you, you're overreacting to something that doesn't deserve that. And what that tells me is there's something inside of you that is not resolved yet that's causing you to continue to have this really high level reaction to something that doesn't really deserve it. So what do you do about it? We are going to talk about that. I want to make sure. So I talked about my road ragers. So what it is actually you've triggered a trauma response. So the brain said we had a trauma at one time. There were some similar factors in what happened at that time that are going on right now as well. And those things are they're taking us right back to that really big trauma time. It's a trigger. But triggers aren't our enemies. Triggers are opportunities for us to finish that loop. They're opportunities for us to go through to finish the cycle of that trauma response, right? We lived through it when it happened the first time. The threat came, but guess what? We're still here, so we survived. And we gotta pause, take a deep breath, and remind ourselves, let our body know, let all of our alarm systems and our amygdala and all the parts of ourselves know, hey, we're still here and we're okay. We're not actually in danger right now. There is no threat. Thank you for the hearts, my love. I'm sending them back to you. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Shelly Boo. Hi, Kai. Is it Kaikoa? Kakoa. I hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong, baby. Good to see you. Big kisses for everybody. Let's see here. Displaced aggression. Oh, good term. Yes, Lindell. Jeff says I'm going through a kind of rough spot now. Well, I'm glad you showed up this Sunday to think about your health and your well-being and take care of yourself. That is an act of self-care that is really meaningful and good. So I'm glad you're doing that. It's going to help you through that rough spot. Let's see here. Tips for getting rid of sunburn. I have school tomorrow and I need to get rid of this. Ooh, babe, by tomorrow? Sunburn is a healing reaction. I don't know, but I could tell you that in the future, if you sunburn easily, try HelioCare. That might be helpful to prevent you from burning in the future, and try to wear sunscreen, baby. I don't know what to do that fast to get rid of sunburn. I'm sorry, honey, I don't know. Only thing I know is like aloe vera, but I don't know if it's gonna help you heal fast. I'm sorry, baby, I don't know. So what happens when we have these triggers and we don't interrupt that reaction, right? What happens when we get triggered like that and we don't interrupt the reaction, we don't bring it down, we don't repattern, is we just reinforce the trauma loop. We reinforce the trauma loop. We reinforce the trauma loop. So they say that the parts of the brain that wire together, the synapses that wire together, that fire together, wire together, right? So the synapses the parts of our brain that all activate at the same time, they connect, they create kind of like super connection highways between themselves, right? So once one of those things is triggered, all of them are triggered at the same time. And that's kind of how we got into this triggerable space in the first place, right? So when you find yourself overreacting, what you can do is you got to interrupt the pattern. The key is not to try to suppress everything and pretend it didn't happen. The key is to acknowledge it. Oh, wow. Shoot, I felt that. I'm overreacting. Now we have a chance to repattern. We have a chance to reparent ourselves, be with ourselves and say, hey, I understand we're having an overreaction right now. Something must have happened in the past that was a big threat. Thank you for the hearts, my loves. Thank you for that. But what was I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. Something must have happened in the past that felt very threatening, but I'm safe now. You can tell yourself you're safe. You take some deep breaths that get down to the bottom of your lungs, really fill up your lungs, get all that good oxygen. It'll go all over your body, it'll go to your brain and everything. And I love meridian tapping. If you look up meridian tapping or EFT, which stands for emotional freedom technique, that is one of the fastest ways to bring down an overreaction. So we want to help our bodies remind, okay, I know I feel threatened, but everything's okay. As soon as the body registers that, oh, we're not actually in a life-threatening situation, then we have our faculties again. We have our brain, we have our mind, we have our logic available to us again. We can calm down, we can heal, take ourselves through it. And the next time somebody's late for lunch, rather than having that automatic reaction where we're just on 10, we meet it at a lower emotional charge level. We say, oh, hey, this happened last week, it was annoying, and it's happening again today. And sure, maybe the person's a flake. Maybe they don't respect your time, maybe whatever. But now you have the power and the poise to respond thoughtfully to yourself first, of course. Figure out how you want to move and be in command of yourself rather than just being, a victim to your own wiring and to your own past experiences. So that is what I wanted to say today about overreacting, where it comes from, when you can know, am I overreacting? Is my life actually being threatened right now? Is the safety of myself or someone else in this moment being threatened? If it's not, and I'm having a really big reaction, I'm probably overreacting, and I don't want to let that continue to happen. I don't want to keep letting those same synapses fire together and wire together and keep me trapped in this place. I want to really be able to bring it down. I want to really be able to be in the present moment. I want to really be able to heal all those things. I'm glad these triggers are coming up. I know now how to respond to them. I acknowledge them. I meet them. I repattern. I bring myself into the present moment. I use meridian tapping or whatever other technique I need to use to bring all the parts of myself up to date to get the memo that we're safe and we're going to be okay. So that is what I wanted to say today. Okay, so good. Kim, thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. Kim says, yes, Abby used that aloe, baby, for that sunburn. See here, Kirker says, that's pretty helpful for emotional people like me. Oh, baby, thank you so much, love. And we're all emotional people, right? Some of us are just, more open to that beautiful part of our lives. So I'm glad that resonates for you, my love. Let's see, trying to get used to metal braces and rubber bands on my teeth. Jeff, congratulations on getting your braces. I know that can be extremely painful. I helped to raise a couple of my cousins, and they both. Did they both have braces? I think one of them, I know for sure one of them had braces. I think the other one just had like something minor. But do what you can to try to relax, maybe massage your jaw, take deep breaths and stuff like that, because your central nervous system might really register that, especially if they're aggressive with the rubber bands. But it's going to be worth it, and I'm glad that you have the resources to get that smile all light up. Do I know the Dalai Lama? I don't know any llamas. Let's see here. Kirker says, I'm old and graceful. Thank you. Was that EFT? Yes, Chroma, that was EFT. Skin. Hey, I love it, Shelly. Trying to get used to, okay, yes, I got you, baby. All right, Lucas, that was my message for today. I want you guys, like I always say, please take some time after the huddle and just reconnect with yourself. If you're dealing with braces, if you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with something, take this time to really reconnect with your sincerest desire for peace, for a sense of safety, for the perseverance that you're going to need, for how I can make this challenge benefit me, how I can have the most fun in whatever place that I am. They say that we have to grow where we're planted. And so whatever situation you wake up in, whatever situation you find yourself in that might be challenging to you or whatever, just remember to reconnect with yourself, learn the voice of your spirit, and you're always going to have access to the most help that you can get when you're able to connect with yourself in that way and give yourself a little bit. Thank you so much, Dan. Good soul and energy. Yes, baby, absolutely. You're welcome. Shelly says, thank you so much for the effort you put into these huddles. Babe, thank you for saying that, and thank you for being here. Thank every single one of you for taking the time to care about your health and care about yourself. I wanted to tell you this. When you take time for your health and come to these huddles and keep this ritual going. We're here every Sunday, same time, same place, 10 o'clock a.m. West Coast LA time. That's 1 p.m. East Coast, and I don't know wherever else you are in the world. Hopefully that'll help you know what time it is. I always put the huddles up after to watch, but I want you to know that when you come and you keep this time for yourself, you're really sending the message that I am, this is you saying this, I am important to me. It's really tough right now. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in politics. There's a lot going on in relationships. There's a lot going on in the environment. There's so much access that we have to media and so many discouraging messages. But when you take time for yourself and your health, you send the message that the world might be big and scary, but I am important to me. And that's the most important thing. So love you guys. Thank you so much. Dress to Impress. I'm about to sign off. Oh, 1967 Ford Mustang says, I have subscribed to you and I like how you are doing today. Well, babe, thank you for subscribing. I think that would put us at what? I said 119. We started. Are we at a 120? We'll see where we are with it next week. Okay, my loves. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Big kisses. Thank you for all the hearts. Please do like if you want to come back every week and get notifications that the huddle's happening. Do sign up and do subscribe and hit that bell notification. I really only go live one time a week, and that's during this huddle, but I am hopefully going to start posting some videos during the week too. So a little more content coming very soon. Have a beautiful Sunday. I love you too, Kim. Bye, babies. Take care. Have a good one. Yes, I'm